back to me because I missed a week. I had some well, a week and a day. I had some recording issues first, and then I got discouraged, and then I got busy, and it all just added up to missing a week. But now we're back. I have not a new game for me, but a new game for the channel. And this game is called FTL, or Faster Than Light, and it's, as far as I know, it's a fairly popular game, and I'm gonna try not to go into too much detail. But basically, you are the captain of a ship. You've got some crew, you've got some guns, you've got some basic systems, and you go through, and you have to get to the end and fight the leader of a bunch of rebels who are trying to take out the Federation that you're a part of. And yeah, that's the game. You also unlock more ships as you go, and depending on your ship, or depending on like what kind of crew you have, you might get some extra bonuses and blah blah blah. I think because this is the first and possibly only video on my channel for FTL, I'm gonna go with the basic ship. But each ship, not only is there a bunch of different ships, but each ship also has a different layout, which has different like weapons or systems. Oh, excuse me. Weapons or systems or crew. And one of my favorite ships to run is the Red Tail. Though I'll probably rename it to something else. Hold on, I've got the perfect name. Perfect, right? The Y-tail. But anyway, so like this ship is pretty basic. It comes with, you know, shields. Almost every ship in the game comes with shields. You know, you got your engine, your oxygen, weapons, which is just a bunch of basic lasers, which is really fun, surprisingly. You know, it's got a med bay, it's got piloting, sensors, and doors. And slightly more interestingly is the crew. So we've got what looks to be our captain, who is, I can't pronounce it, which is the only reason why I'm changing that to Y. We've got our captain there, we've got Emily, Y as our captain, Emily as our engineer, Brian as our shield operator for now. If I get more crew, I'm going to replace Brian, and Junpeng as our weapons man. And let's just go ahead and get started, and I'll just play on normal for now. So yeah, this is pretty much the only story. Is the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure you explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the whole voice is ruined. But you must get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. And like whatever the random tip is, that's different every time. And so this is all that it is. Here's, you get to see where each of these little nodes go, and in each of these nodes there could be a shop or a fight or an event or nothing or anything in between. And the first sector that you go to in each space is always empty. So when we get to the exit, we can go on to the next sector, which I will show off then. And you can also, that's not the right one, you can also like upgrade all these systems like individually, and I'll get to that at some point. But for now, let's go here. See what's here. You detect an automated rebel scout attacking a small refueling outpost. Now, I've played enough, so I know what can happen whenever you do these things. And if you go and save the outpost, they usually give you fuel or scrap. So we're gonna go ahead and fight him. So here's a couple things to note. One, I've paused it. You can do that whenever you need to. But one, I've paused it, and two, he's got mind control. So what that is going to do is make me want to go put him, my pilot, on these doors, because then people can't just walk through them. You'll see what I mean in a second. So, see, he mind controlled my guy, who is now going to start taking out the weapons system. But as long as we basically send... Well, if he's there, I guess I don't really need to worry about this. As long as I have to time this correctly. Okay, we're going to send him in here now to go fight our guy. And wait for the weapon system to come up while we do something like that. Okay, we took out most of the mind control. You go ahead, hop back on engines, and do something like that. Easy. No damage taken, nothing lost. And no fuel, but some scrap and a missile and a drone, so good enough for me. Now we send them to do this. In fact, actually, I want you there, and I want you here, and I want you here. And I want that gone, and like that. Now the reason I want this is because the Zoltan's thing is they provide power to whatever room they're standing in, and shields obviously definitely want power, for sure. And Brian is a mantis, and mantises are really good at fighting other people in hand-to-hand combat. So I'm going to be taking him off the weapons eventually. But the good thing about him is that it's really easy to... Or the good thing about that in this ship in particular is it's really easy to train up your weapons skill because you're firing 4 lasers constantly. Didn't I say something about not explaining too much? Alright, you arrive at a beacon located near a civilian star system. A nearby colony contacts you, and we've got a rogue rebel ship harassing the system. Do you have time to find it? Well, if I had upgraded my scanners, we could just find it immediately, but now we've got like a 50-50 shot at actually finding it or losing it. If we don't find it, the rebels pursuing us basically jump ahead some, but if we do find it, we get to fight it. And, well, look at that. Easy to find. Easy enough to find anyways. Now, this is going to be an extremely easy fight. If you might notice, he's only got 1 beam right there, and then a drone that he's launched that is also a beam. Well, the interesting thing about beam weapons is while they're pretty powerful, they can't shoot through shields. Most of them can't shoot through shields. So as long as you've got it, shields, they can't do anything. Now, a distress beacon, though. So a distress is usually a special random event, where either it's like a trap, pirates set up a trap, or those giant alien spiders on a station, or whatever else like that. I want to go down here first, because I want to go to the... I want to go here, and then to the... blah blah blah. You spot a small rebel ship nearby, and it seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage your ship. Well, rebel scum, the Empire should have always won anyways. So his whole thing is he wants to escape, but he also has big shields. Not big shields, big weapons. Big scary weapons, so I want to get rid of those. As well as the weapons, I want to damage his engine at least to delay his thing charging. I'm talking a lot and not a lot of it's making sense. I'm absolutely sure of that. This is fine. Like this. I was hoping for not that to happen. We're gonna have to fire everything at the weapons. Because this one's gonna really hurt. Oh. Everyone get here into the weapons. So, yeah, sometimes these really hurt. You can also take out their piloting systems to stop them from getting their navigation back. you two in here. Those two can fire at that. We're gonna have a slightly staggered volley, but that's okay. Well, it's okay as long as we stop missing anyways. I almost want to jump away. Okay, that's helpful. That's also helpful. Yes, so as you can see, sometimes these fights are super tough for no reason. Every other fight, absolutely no problem. This fight randomly, just, oh, really just tore into us. I know everyone's got to go heal. Except me, of course. I'm fine. Did you ever have any doubts? So, basically, what I think I'm going to do in this episode is probably go to the end of this sector, see how long it's been. If it hasn't been too long, maybe I'll do the next sector, but... Oh, this is a risky thing. So, you have encountered a refugee ship drifting in space, and it looks as if it was fleeing the rebel advance and ran out of fuel. Its distress beacon is active, but you're not sure anyone is on board, and its communications seem to be down. So, we'll see what's happening. Huh. Okay. Possibly that was lucky for us. So, some of the events that can happen with that will be like, there is a guy on the ship, but he's, like, essentially a zombie or something like that. Or, like, other things that aren't coming to my mind right this second. Basically, that event can be sometimes scary, but sometimes you get a free person out of it, and sometimes you lose a person. So, your ship can also, where is it, take in some augmentations that do various things. Like a scrap recovery arm that lets you get 10% more scrap from any source at all. And normally that's not amazing, you know, it's alright. But because it's so early on in the game, that could be pretty useful. A heavy laser, a heavy laser might be useful too. Takes the same power as my other lasers, but it will do 2 damage instead of 1. But it might have to check. It actually charges a second faster, huh? Well, I think I want to start with the scrap recovery arm because it's pretty early into the game. So, that should get us a lot of value throughout the course. Okay, now this guy also wants to... Okay, fine. We're going to focus all fire on the weapons first. Because that caused us a lot of problems the last time we had to go up against a flat cannon like what he has. That's not too bad. And now that he only has the laser... Okay, we're gonna put 2 there, 1 there, 1 there. We'll put 3 there. It's very, micro-managey. We might take another shot from his flat cannon now, but it'll probably be fine. It on its own isn't... Ooh. 1 damage. That's alright. The scrap cannon on its own isn't too terrible, but it's really good at getting rid of your shields, because you can't... I mean, it just fires a whole bunch of scrap, you know, as the name implies. Okay. think we can go here, then here, then here, then possibly here, and then to the exit. So you don't want to just rush to the exit, because it gets harder and harder the longer you wait to go. Or not the longer you wait, but the further on in the game that you get, it gets harder and harder. So it's definitely, it's important to, it's important, my train of thought just keeps leaving me. It is important to get as much out of each sector as you can. Now, I'm going to upgrade these sensors. Now, the reason you want to upgrade some of these things over others is occasionally in events if you have, like, upgraded sensors. Like, for example here, my sensors are telling me that this station is for military goods. If I hadn't just upgraded my sensors, it might have told me that, but it also might have told me, like, you can't tell, you're too stupid to tell, or something like that. Now, this guy has hacking, and somebody else had it earlier, and I didn't point it out, but, hacking can be put on any system, and it is a nuisance. If they put it on your pilot, you can't dodge. Same with the engines. Oh, just a few resources and some fuel. If they put it on your shields and they hack your shields will just go completely down. If they put it on your weapons will stop charging and they'll lose all the charge they have. If they put it on the med bay, it'll lock the doors and it will damage them all, whoever's in there. If they hack your oxygen, which is deadly and is what I like to do, it will drain your ship very, very rapidly of oxygen. Okay, I'm gonna go here, because I think I can go here and then up and then to the X. Yeah. Yeah, the space dock is under assault from the rebels, and although the dock is technically illegal within their laws, it's very important for our trade, and we'll pay you in fuel and scrap if you promise to save them. And of course I will. Oh. Okay, so here's the thing. I might have to fight the rebels. I think I can get to this quest. I was hoping it'd put it in the next sector, because usually if you get a quest towards the end, it'll put it in the next. I think I can go to this quest without the rebels engulfing at the exit point. Alright, now this could be difficult. Okay, so he hacked the doors, meaning my troops cannot get past the doors, but he also only has one laser. So he can't break my shields. So there shouldn't be a problem. We'll just open fire on all the shields. And one last barrage. Just hit everything. Fire at everything. Easy enough. So, the store repaired our hull, gave us some scrap, and we can buy things from them now. And sell things if we want, which we might need to. Starting on page 1. So, cloaking is what it sounds like. We could basically get to go invisible. It'll stop any enemy weapons from charging, and yeah. Now, Clone Bay would replace our Med Bay. We can't heal, but if our guys die, they get cloned instead, which is pretty useful. But, I'm 50-50 on... It depends on my mood if I want it or not, usually. DNA Bank is if the Clone Bay is broken or whatever, they still will get cloned later. And long-range scanners, Now, the shield bypass is pretty useful sometimes. But I think it's okay. Well, here. Okay, so I was very wrong. we will have to fight, well, not really fight them, but we will have to deal with the rebels when we try to leave. But what else do we have here? So it's a Flat Gun Mark II, which is a really, really good gun. It only takes 3 power and it fires 7 shots. And if I could afford it, I would love to buy it. I would... Oh, yeah. I'd do what I could to get that. But I can't. So I won't worry about it. I'm gonna put a point into the engines. Take a point away from there. And, jump. Because we will not be winning this fight. We just have to live long enough to get out. In fact, I'm gonna go put him on the door just in case they happen to, like, teleport somebody over or something. May as well fire everything we do have on the, Ow. That's fine. Don't worry about the oxygen, guys. It's cool. Okay, maybe go fix it now. That's also fine. Everything is fine. Fine. Guys, I don't know why you're panicking. Stop panicking. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. Okay. Let's go. So, as you can see, civilian, green, hostile, red. Nebula is unexplored. So, yeah, I normally enjoy going to the red spaces because basically you get more fights. But I'm feeling like I want to go to a civilian space and fix everything that just went wrong with my ship. Yeah, good luck fixing that before you die. You can go stay in there just because you'll provide the power. Oh, we're fine. We're almost in the red health, but it's cool. It's fine. No worries here. Nope. Put that back on weapons now. And start flooding the ship with oxygen, please. I think I will do this sector. No, I don't really like that, because that doesn't really leave us with options. Maybe we go here, and then here, up, something like that, yeah. So even though each individual NG is made up of trillions of nanomachines, the culture still revolves around traditional social interactions. A nearby station seems to be constructed for entertainment of passing NG travelers. Interesting. And there's a store. I really don't need a store, so now I want to go down here because I don't want to waste that space. So, sure, whatever. I don't have any scrap. I don't really want to spend the scrap I have on anything. The fuel's... the fuel is tempting. The fuel is tempting, I will say. So, this guy has a missile. And now missiles are unique because they go straight through your shields. As well as, you know, being a missile, so it hurts. Luckily, we could put his missiles down, I guess. Before he got the fire one. Now, he'll probably have fixed that. So, that's an NG on their ship. And NGs, basically, they're worse at fighting, but they repair things really fast compared to everything else. Because as you saw in that little blurb that I read, they're made up of machines. So they're attuned to the machine spirit, if you like Warhammer. Speaking of Warhammer, I've been really getting into it lately. I mean, into the game, that is. I love the books and stuff. Federation encrypted signal is being broadcast from a nearby planet. They send an away party. You find a hidden Federation outpost, and they message you, quick, we just got a word from the sister outpost that they've been discovered by the rebels and are under attack. If you're still loyal to the Federation, go save them. And they've given us a quest marker and some supplies. Now, where do they want us to go? I can make my way over there, yeah. But, as I was saying, I've been getting into Warhammer recently, into the game, and into wargaming in general, and I will admit that I'm not entirely opposed to doing... Oh, that's problematic. So, see, my weapons won't charge, and they got drained of the charge that they had. But I will admit that doing a video on Warhammer is of interest to me. It is something I would be... Or on wargaming in general, even, is something I would be interested in doing on the channel, possibly. Let's take out their hacking, because that's annoying. I'll try to anyways. But oh, okay. Should be smooth sailing. But that's something that might come up. I don't know how I do it, but I'm curious to at least try. Okay, so we got pretty good scrap from that, as well as a missile launcher, which is a standard but powerful missile. It costs 3 power to power it, but it does 3 damage, and again, pierces all shields and anything like that. And there's a lot of distress in the area, apparently. So I think I'm going to go here, to here, to here, and then maybe if I can I'll hit that, and then go to the quest. Okay, it's a small NG ship under attack by a bunch of rebels. What a bunch of scum. Rebel scum. Yeah. Ow. Quit breaking the oxygen, please. So, I'm thinking, after this fight, I might upgrade possibly my medbay, because that helps with some events, and it doesn't cost very much. And possibly my doors for similar reasons. And then everything else I get, I might wait. Well, sometimes if you give them all this, they give you a lot of stuff in return. Sure. Yeah. So we gave them a lot of stuff, and what we got was this medbot dispersal, which basically means our whole crew will heal outside of the medbay, even without being in the medbay. So that's useful, but could be more useful. But that's okay. Like I said, I think I want to get that just in case we have that one event. And yeah. I think next upgrade is definitely going to be the shields, though. The problem with the shields, upgrading the shields even, is that it costs a lot every time you do it, because you have to upgrade the shields twice, and then you have to also get the power to actually put into the shields. So, it really... No, we do not accept surrender. Not from pirates, anyways. It's really tough. Oops, didn't fire one of those, but it's okay. We killed him anyways. So what I mean by that is, look, all that scrap gone. Well, actually, hold on. Let me just... Okay. See, there is a store there. I'll go to the store first, just in case there's something here. Repair arm? No. Heavy laser Mark II, though. I would be interested in that. So this costs 3 power, and it fires 2 shots, but each shot does 2 damage. So that'd be a pretty big upgrade to our damage. And I could put it on right now, so... Yeah, I'm gonna get that, but I am gonna sell this Hermes missile. And, I mean, I'll definitely at least sell one of these, because I'm probably not going to put it on. Put that there. That there. Power that off. Power that on. And good. Looks good. I don't have any missiles, and I don't really like using missiles, so I'll do that. And perfect. They also repaired a hull. I should definitely have time. I know the last time I said this I didn't, but I should definitely have time to go to this one first. And look, I got scrap and then something that they mislabeled as scrap. I think it said drone, but I'm pretty sure I read that as just scrap to get rid of. Oh. So this is that quest. So, okay, you arrive in the sector to see a small Federation outpost using their anti-ship battery to fire at an automated drone. Debris from other ships has strewn about the area, and it looks like the brunt of the battle is already over, but you move in to assist. Well, that's upsetting. That's annoying, but we have a ship to help. Or the ASB, anti-ship battery, to help. Oh, this missile that's about to hit. Okay, they didn't fire at me, luckily. I can go there. Fire that one there. You get back to that. ASB target locked. And now they should, well, we scrap the wreckage first. And now you contact the station once the rebel ship is destroyed and the lone survivor responds. This base is no longer safe. Let me join your crew and I'll have the station's drones patch up your hull. So we get a decent amount of scrap. We finish up repairing the hull, almost some fuel, and our new crew member, Maria. Come here, Maria. Actually, go there, Maria. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. So, Maria's gonna man our doors, which will upgrade them and make it so if anyone boards our ship, they cannot just go wherever they want. And that should be very nice. Now, my dog is whining, so now he is going to sit on my lap while we finish up the last little node. And now if you hear him, it'll be way louder. So, here, you can have this now, I suppose. I don't know why it's a good thing, but it's here now. He is here now, I should say. Well, we've arrived. Offering to improve our reactor for a small exchange. Sure. It's not the greatest trade deal in history, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Now we have the option of going to an uncharted nebula. And basically, you can't see what's ahead of you in a nebula. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And also the fleet that pursues you goes a little bit slower. So you can explore more things. But we have that, or the Zoltan homeworlds. And I like going specifically to homeworlds because there's a lot of special events in homeworlds. Like in the Zoltan one, you can participate in like a study, and they'll give you a Zoltan shield. And we haven't seen one of those yet, but a Zoltan shield is basically a big giant shield over your normal shield that nothing can break through until they break through that. The only thing is it doesn't recharge. So we're gonna go here. Maybe we'll see what we find. Maybe I will do another episode on this. We'll see. I'll see how well it's received, I suppose. Far from Federation home space here in Zoltan territory, and it's not clear whether the authorities will have any goodwill remaining, so we'll have to push forward. Well, oh look, the nebula I was telling you about. Yeah, you don't know what's ahead of you, and you can't see, and sometimes your power is halfway disabled. But I think for now I'll end this off, and hopefully I got all the recording issues fixed. because, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, that kind of discouraged me the last time, admittedly. But hopefully it's fixed now, and I hope you enjoyed. And I've got some ideas coming up. I know I always say that, but it'll come true one of these days. Well, goodbye.